We are now just days away from the 2020 presidential elections, and if you turn on your TV or you watch a YouTube video, chances are you will see a campaign ad telling you that Donald Trump colluded with the Russians, or that Donald Trump was impeached for corruption in the Ukraine, or that Donald Trump is a racist who called neo-Nazis very fine people. But you know what? Every single one of those claims is fake news. There was no Russian collusion. The Ukraine whistleblower turned out to be a partisan hack with zero proof of his claims, and you can look at videos yourself to disprove the fake Charlottesville narrative. Here's the thing. The reason the mainstream media and the Democrats peddle those lies, they don't want you to know the truth about Donald Trump. And if the mainstream media and Democrats don't want you to know about something, well, you probably need to know about it. So today I bring you 7 things the mainstream media refuses to report about President Trump. Number 1. Before COVID-19, President Trump was presiding over the most robust economy that we had seen in this country in years, with record low unemployment rates for Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, veterans, women, and disabled Americans. Record low unemployment, with more jobs available than people who wanted to work them. No wonder Democrats don't want you to know that. Number 2. When President Trump took office, President Obama told him that the biggest challenge he'd face as president is North Korea. 4 years into his presidency, President Trump has successfully de-escalated Obama's wars, or almost wars, with North Korea and Iran, among others. We are no longer at the brink of military conflict with those hostile nations like we were under Obama. No wonder Democrats don't want you to know about that. Number 3. Sudan recently joined Bahrain and the UAE in the peace deal with the State of Israel, the most significant foreign policy breakthrough in the Middle East since the establishment of the State of Israel. This after decades of Middle East wars under Obama. This is the first time in modern history where anti-Iran policy hasn't focused on appeasing Iran. No wonder the Democrats don't want you to know about that. Number 4, it's hilarious to hear the never-Trumpers who insist that President Trump is destroying our democracy. Meanwhile, President Trump has put Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and now Amy Coney Barrett on the Supreme Court. He has filled over 150 other seats on the federal bench with staunch, constitutionally minded jurists. No wonder the never-Trumpers don't want you to know about that. Number 5, President Trump is the most pro-life president in history, doing everything in his executive power to recognize the dignity of all human life, from defunding Planned Parenthood as best he can, to threatening to defund hospitals who refuse medical care to babies born prematurely or babies born alive after botched abortions, to preventing your taxpayer dollars from funding abortions overseas, to using his position of influence to declare that unborn babies deserve to be protected. No wonder pro-abortion Democrats don't want you to know about that. Number 6, President Trump has cut thousands of business regulations, and he's cut taxes for the majority of the American people, putting power back in the hands of the people instead of the government. No wonder big government Democrats don't want you to know about that. Number 7, President Trump is the first president in modern history to fight the culture war in our nation. President Trump refuses to cow to political correctness. He rejects the 1619 Project's lies and revisionist history. He's defunding federal agencies who teach critical race theory. He removed Obama-era mandates for transgender bathrooms and locker rooms in schools, and his administration has stood on the side of justice by protecting due process on college campuses. No wonder the anti-justice Democrats don't want you to know about that. Number 8. Finally, President Trump is a fighter who refuses to let the mainstream media lie about him, refuses to let the mainstream media tarnish the name of conservatives, refuses to let the mainstream media peddle lies about anybody who disagrees with radical leftist ideology. Of course, the mainstream media and Democrats don't want you to appreciate that. Since the mainstream media won't tell you the truth about Donald Trump, I will. And if those 8 reasons aren't reason to cast your vote for Donald Trump, I don't know what is.